Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? The Witches has caused a controversy, not because it has diabolical CGI, but apparently because of depictions and it could cause offence to disability communities, apparently. So I thought we'd dive into this because I do think that this is part of a wider discussion, isn't it? It's always the case. How much do you read into something versus how much, you know, is actually there with intent? You know? Because I don't think the three-limbed witches were meant to represent disabled people. I'm just going to go out on a limb here, pun intended, to say that they definitely weren't meant to represent them. Thus, any harm caused or offence is purely unintentional, and alas, is basically just down to the individuals at hand. So many goddamn puns. So yeah, it's it's an interesting one. So basically, let's dive into it, right? This is an article on Deadline, and Warner Brothers issued a statement to Deadline, so that's why we're here. But basically, prominent members of the disability community, including campaigners, Paralympians, and the Paralympic Games organisation, have condemned the depiction of the of the characters, the witches, in Warner Brothers' recently released The Witches, saying the use of distinct physical impairments in their hands is offensive to those with limb differences. Now, this is the same kind of nonsense that I heard from like the BFI and places like that. In the UK, you can't have a scar on your face and get film funding. Did you know that? Because apparently people with scarred faces are, you know, are always deemed to be evil or something like this. Like, it's just ridiculous. This is the same kind of like ultra triggered like behaviour. I mean, look, at the end of the day, look, very clearly, she, a witch, when her face all opens up and all this kind of stuff, very clearly not representative of disabled people. You know, amputees or whatever you want to call it. Like, clearly it's not, is it? We can all agree. So any offence that people have taken from it, because remember, you can't give offence, you can only take it. You can only take offence. So any offence that people have taken from this is unfortunately, it's kind of on them, really. Like, and that's not to be too heartless, but Christ, like, something's got to give at a certain point, surely. Like, you know, this really isn't something. Like, I know that people have spent too long at home, but god damn, this is not something to get bent out of shape over. So in the movie, Anne Hathaway's character is shown with hands that are similar to the limb abnormality ectrodactyli, otherwise known as split hand, which is typified as the absence of one or more central digits on hand or foot. See images above. She's got three, like, she's got, but she's a witch though. She's not saying that, you know, Warner Brothers have not said disabled people are witches, right? They've not said that Anne Hathaway is a witch in the movie because she's disabled. They're saying she's a witch so she has these types of hands. They've not drawn the comparison. You have. Anyway, British Paralympic swimmer Amy Marin was the first to call out the studio for the imagery. Nothing like being offended, I guess. Warner Brothers UK, was there much thought given as to how this representation of limb differences would affect the limb difference community? And here we go, you know, how to recognise a witch. Disability advocate Shannon Crossland stated on Instagram that the imagery in the film was no way a reflection of the original novel written by Roald Dahl. Well, I can assure you there's a lot. There's a lot wrong with the with the film. The depiction is like, that's the least of it. Is this the kind of message we want the next generation to receive? That having three fingers is a witch attribute? It's an extremely damaging portrayal. Disability should not be associated with evil, abnormality, disgust, fear, or monsters. But no one is saying that. No one is at all. It's a very weird comparison to draw, and I genuinely feel sorry for for these individuals. But it's like an orc, right? Like orcs. Or ogres or whatever, they just look like big dumb fat people. Are we now going to say that that's offensive to big dumb fat people? Like, where do you draw the line? This is my point with all of this. Is like genuinely, where do you draw the line? At what point do you say, hold up, ladies and gents, we know it's make believe, let's just calm our tits, In response to those messages and numerous others from members of the disability community, and I love this statement from Warner Brothers. Because it is unintentionally flippant. It is unintentionally sassy. Here's their statement. Deeply saddened to learn that our depiction of the fictional characters in The Witches could upset people with disabilities, and that it regretted any offence caused. So they said, the full statement is utter class. In adapting the original story, we worked with designers and artists to come up with a new interpretation of the cat-like claws that are described in the book. Here we go. Remember, unintentionally sassy. It was never the intention for viewers to feel that the fantastical, non-human creatures were meant to represent them. Very much a case of, guys, they're witches. Clearly they're not meant to be you. Like, that's basically what they're saying. And it's true. In the Dahl 1983 novel, the witches are said to have square feet with no toes and claws instead of fingernails, though in the first edition cover illustration they are shown to have 5 fingers on their hands. The official Paralympic Games Twitter account weighed in today, and again the same sort of thing, limb differences not scary. No, but no one's afraid of limb differences. This is the thing. Disability is pretty normalised. In fairness, you've got the Paralympics, for God's sake. We have so many disability equality acts in the UK. It's normal. Like, we're all there. We're all at that level, and as we're at that level, we can all poke fun at stuff and maybe have stuff, free, fingers here and there, and it shouldn't cause offence because we're all on that level, are we not? Anyway, whatever. Anyway, former other actress and a disability advocate tweeted something. Why missing fingers? Here we go again, using disability as a costume and to highlight a character as a baddie. No, that's again it's not really what they're doing, but all right. Like, I get it. Like, I genuinely get it. I get that there's, that people are going to be on edge and that this is a hot topic to some people. Like, I get it, but it's not meant to be you. This film is about the power of kindness and friendship. It is our hope that families and children can enjoy the film and embrace this empowering, love-filled theme. Are we gonna not do the BFG because he's got big ears and stuff? Like, where do we draw the line? It's a slippery slope, isn't it? It really is a slippery slope. And people say, "Oh, slippery slope fallacy." Society at the moment will tell you otherwise. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on all of this down below. I don't really have anything else to add, to be honest. I just saw this and I just thought, look, it's a true shame. It's very evidently not meant to cause offence. Any offence taken is, unfortunately, a byproduct of the life that you've led and all these kind of things. And that is a shame. Like, I wouldn't want to cause anyone offence. I always try and say, look, and it's not like, inevitably there'll be people that are disabled that watch my channel. And I will ask you guys, because I don't want to talk for you, but is this offensive to you? Because I've not seen normal people. I'm not saying disability normal people. I'm just saying I've not seen, outside of actual advocates, right? People with high profiles. I've not seen the average Joe who is disabled complaining about this. So are you annoyed by this? Do you care? Do you think these are meant to portray you? Let me know. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. So let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. If you're not new and you want to check that you're subscribed, because YouTube keeps unsubscribing people, please do give that a check. But thank you all so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.